Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Morrowind. In our previous episode, we finally finished up the Urshulaku burial grounds and got the Bonebiter Bowl of/for Sul Senepol. It's been a while since then, and I can't remember details, but today we are going to figure out, is Kevin Nerevar incarnate, the Nerevarine? There's a lot of prophecies about the Nerevarine. Kevin has to fulfill all of them in order to be considered the Nerevarine. So, hi Kevin. Today we are going to talk to the wise woman of the Urshulaku, and she will tell us, is Kevin qualified? She can tell us right now.
All that you seek, traveler.
Thank you. She can tell us right now, but I would like to go through the prophecies so that we know what all there is about the Nerevarine. First of all, let's ask her about the Nerevarine prophecies again and see what they are. Right, prophecies include aspect and uncertain parents, moon and star, sleepers, 7 curses, the curse's bane, prophecy of the stranger, prophecy of the 7 visions, and the lost prophecies. Alright, let's start asking her. And there's going to be a lot to get through. This episode might in fact be all talking about prophecy. If it is, very sorry about it, but there's really no other way around it that I can tell. So let's figure out exposition. Lots of exposition. Aspect and uncertain parents. If what you say is true, you are indeed born on a certain day of uncertain parents. This is part of the prophecy, but many have the same birthday, and many are not sure of their parents. It is interesting, but it does not make you the Nerevarine. Okay, so even though we qualify for this prophecy, it doesn't mean anything. Of course, people can fulfill different parts of different prophecies about anything. So, just one at a time? Yeah, okay, that's fine. I asked her about disturbing dreams last time, and Dagoth let's see, what's next? The lost prophecies. There are Nerevarine prophecies that have been lost, the 7 curses and others. Some are forgotten, some hidden, some deliberately lost. The wise women are the memory of the Velothi people, but it is a faulty memory, and we are mortal, and our knowledge dies with us. But we hear that the dissident priests of the temple study our Nerevarine prophecies and record them in books. Such written words never die. You must go to them and ask for these books, and bring what you find to me. We need to find dissident priests of the temple. Okay, that might take a bit of work. We haven't really encountered any, and considering the fact that the temple does not like the Nerevarine prophecies, it may be hard to find them. In fact, I think that the temple people might actually attack us if we hear that we are trying to fulfill these prophecies. So that would be a problem. Let's ask about Nerevar. In ancient days, the deep elves and a great host of outlanders from the west came stealing the land of the Dunmer. In that time, Nerevar was the great Khan and war leader of the house people, but he honored the ancient spirits and the tribal law and became as one of us. So when Nerevar pledged upon his great ring of the ancestors, one clan under moon and star, to honor the ways of the spirits and rights of the land, all the tribes joined the house people fighting a great battle at Red Mountain. That must have been quite a war to watch. Though many Dunmer, tribesmen, and housemen died at Red Mountain, the Dwemer were defeated and their evil magics destroyed, and the Outlanders driven from the land. But after this great victory, the power-hungry Khans of the great houses slew Nerevar in secret, set themselves up as gods, and forgot Nerevar's promises to the tribes. But Nerevar will come again and cast down the false gods, and by the power of his ring will make good his promises, honor the spirits, and drive the outsiders from the land. Let's say you've passed the test for later. What are the 7 curses? It is another Ashlander prophecy of the Nerevarine. Yeah, so I gathered. It is called the 7 curses of the Sharmat. I don't know what a Sharmat is, but I do not know it, and I know no one who does. It may be lost. Such things happen. A wise woman dies or forgets, or a clan is wiped out. Perhaps someone knows, but is keeping it secret. Perhaps it is in one of those many books of your settled peoples. I've heard that the dissident priests of the temple may have such books. Okay, so we can't really ask about the 7 curses. That's a shame. What about these sleepers you mentioned? Rumors say that in the towns, mad cultists called sleepers are attacking people, saying that Dagoth has awakened, and will drive the Outlanders from Morrowind. Perhaps it is just a coincidence, but I think it is a sign of the Nerevarine. Not necessarily a sign that you are the Nerevarine. Perhaps the time of the Nerevarine has come, and you have come at the same time. This is not passing a test, but it may mean you have some part to play in the coming of the Nerevarine. So she's a little bit convinced that I'm involved, and with the uncertain parents, it's starting to look like I have a good chance? Or at least better than most people. Well, most people in Morrowind at this time. That was Sleepers. The moon and star. Let's ask about that ring. Legend says Indoril Legend says Indoril Nerevar's family standard bore the moon and star. That was a really convoluted sentence. And Nerevar's armor and weapons bore this sign. Some say he bore a moon and star birthmark. Some say he has a magic ring marked with the moon and star. Others say he was born under a moon and star. In any case, I think the moon and star is the mark of the Nerevarine, and you do not have this mark, so you are not the Nerevarine. Well, that kind of sucks. And the 7 visions? The full title of the prophecy is 7 Visions of 7 Trials of the Incarnate. Listen and I will tell you the verses. 7 trials. What he puts his hand to, that shall be done. What is left undone, that shall be done. So whatever I put my hand to, it'll be done. If I start something, I'm finishing it. That means I can't fail any quests. Oh dear. First trial. On a certain day to uncertain parents, incarnate moon and star reborn. We have done that one. Second trial. Neither blight nor age can harm him. Uh-oh, I've been blighted before. The curse of flesh before him flies. That doesn't look good. Third trial. In caverns dark, Azura's eye sees and makes to shine the moon and star. Okay, we have no contact with Azura or any other Daedric creatures so far. Fourth trial. Stranger's voice unites the houses. 3 halls call him Hortator. That will be difficult. Uniting the houses? Yeah. Fifth trial. A stranger's hand unites the Velothi. 4 tribes call him Nerevarine. Okay, is that... I think Velothi is the Ashlanders or something like that. So we have to have all 4 tribes name us as Nerevarine before we qualify for that one. That might take a bit of work too. Sixth trial. He honors blood of the tribe unmourned. He eats their sin and is reborn. Ooh, doesn't that just sound lovely? Seventh trial. His mercy flees the cursed false gods. Binds the broken, redeems the mad. One destiny. He speaks the law for Velothi's people. He speaks for the land and names them great. What does this prophecy mean? It tells us who the Nerevarine will be and the trials he must undergo before he fulfills his destiny. Some parts I understand, some parts I do not. I will answer your questions as best I can, but I cannot pretend to understand it all. Okay. 7 curses. Was that it? Or was it the 7 trials? Man, I don't remember. Let's ask about the first trial. Where's the first trial? That's it. This refers to your birth sign. To your birth on a certain day to uncertain parents, just like in the Stranger Prophecy. Stranger Prophecy. Did we ever ask about that? The Stranger... Okay, we asked about the 7 visions last time, I think. What about the Stranger? This is the best known of the Nerevarine prophecies. We call it the Stranger. Oh boy, story time. Here we go. When earth is sundered and skies choked black, and sleepers serve the 7 curses, to the hearth there comes a stranger, journeyed far neath moon and star. Though stark-born to sire uncertain, his aspect marks his certain fate. Wicked stalk him, righteous curse him. Prophets speak, but all deny. That sounds interesting. Many trials make manifest the stranger's fate, the curse's bane. Many touchstones try the stranger. Many fall, but one remains. Touchstones? I guess I'm the stranger, if I am the Nerevarine, or the stranger will become the Nerevarine. Okay. What about the second trial? I'm not sure what this means. Will the Nerevarine come as a spirit who is not harmed by blight or age? I don't know, but I think curse of flesh means the blight disease corpus, which causes terrible, distorted growths on its victims. Perhaps the Nerevarine can heal this disease. Perhaps that will be a sign of the Nerevarine. Heal the blight. Huh. Okay. Third trial. In legend, there is a shrine to Azura called the Cavern of the Incarnate. There are secrets I may not tell you about this cavern. Do not ask. Fair enough. Gotta respect these people if we want them to help us. Fourth trial. A Hortator is a war leader chosen when Dunmer great houses must put aside the normal feuds to unite against a common enemy. This has not happened since the Empire invaded our land. That'll take a lot of work. A lot of work. The Ashlanders are sometimes called the Velothi. Yes, guessed it right. for the prophet Veloth, who guided us to this land many, many centuries ago. And the 4 tribes are the 4 tribes of the Vardenfell, the Urshalaku, the Ahemamusa, I can't say that, the Zainab, and the Erebenimisum son. Those guys. It would truly be a miracle to unite these 4 tribes who have so long raided and warred with one another. But the Nerevarine must be one who performs miracles. Yeah, no kidding. Okay, 6th trial. 6th, there you are. I am not sure. The tribe Unmourned may mean the 6th house, House Dagoth, which was exterminated after the Battle of Red Mountain. But it may also mean the Dwemer, or the Dwarves as Westerners call them. And eating sin is doing atonement for another sin. Nope, not the 2nd trial. I wanted the 7th trials. No, not the 7 trials, the 7th trial. Thank you. My gosh, I can't aim. The cursed false gods, or the cursed false gods, must be the tribunal. They are surely false gods, evil sorcerers and necromancers, and they murdered Nerevar so they might set themselves up as gods. Binds the broken must refer to Nerevar's broken promise to the Ashlanders to honor the ways of the spirits and rights of the land. Okay, and 1 destiny. Veloth's people are the Dunmer. All Dunmer, Ashlander, and Great House. The last time the Velothi were united was with Nerevar at the Battle of Red Mountain. Now Nerevar will come once again and unite the Dunmer. He will restore Morrowind to the Dunmer and restore the former greatness of the Velothi people. Woo! There's a lot of work that Nerevar has to do. So last time I asked about the 7 visions and went into detail, I asked the stranger, who are the Zainab? The Ashlanders of the Zainab tribe are sly and crafty. Their camp is in the interior of the Grazelands. I think I know where that is. And about the Urshalaku, do you have a non-biased opinion? The Urshalaku are the Ashlanders of the northern Ashlands and the West Gash. I am the wise woman of the Urshalaku, and Ashkan Sul Matul is our chief, a brave and respected war leader and warrior protector of the Nerevarine cult. I sort of wonder if the other Ashlander camps do not care about the Nerevarine cult. It might cause problems in the future. Next up, what do we want to ask next? Let's see if there's anything that I missed. Not yet. Oh, the Erebenimism. Those guys of Molagmar love themselves and their weapons above all else. Oh boy, that sounds fun. Their Ashkan Ulath-Pal is cruel and ambitious, and his Gulakans are just like him. Their wise woman, Manarai, is cautious and reasonable. Seek her counsel. Don't waste your speech on the war cons. Okay. I'll try to remember that. Erebenimism are bad. What about that birth sign? In Tamriel, persons born under certain constellations are said to be fortunate in their aspects. Such persons are often blessed or cursed with remarkable abilities or weaknesses as a result of the magical conjunctions of celestial influences. Basically, you get born under a certain sign, you have special abilities, and ours was the warrior at the very first episode. Amemusa, whatever. Those people of the Grazelands are mild and peace-loving. The wise woman of the Amemusa, Sinamu Mirpal, is also their Ashkan. Wow! She's multi-talented then. Alright, I believe we have asked about everything we can. So, do we pass the test? We have fulfilled some prophecies, but it's not looking too good. You are not the Nerevarine. You are one who may become the Nerevarine. It is a puzzle and a hard one, but you have found some of the pieces, and you may find more. Do you choose to be the Nerevarine? Then seek the lost prophecies among the dissident priests of the temple. Find the lost prophecies, bring them to me, and I will be your guide. And take these copies of the Stranger and the 7 Visions. Now I have told you all I know. Go, think on what I've told you, and do what must be done. Wow. So we don't fulfill the prophecy, and for some reason when I asked her about this, her disposition with us increased by 10. So we now have the 7 Visions and the Stranger. And these are books, right? Not that one. So papers. The 7 Visions. Lots and lots of stuff. Same thing we've seen before. So we've already done the first trial, through no fault of our own. Second trial, neither blight nor age can harm him. That would be really cool to have. But I don't. And as for everything else, they come later, so I'm not even going to try to combine the Great Houses together or the Ashlanders until I am very certain that I am qualified for this, if I qualify. And the Stranger, there's that whole poem we just heard. I don't know about the touchstones, though. I don't know. Anyway, that is the Nerevar prophecies. And we don't fulfill them. That is quite terrible. So, next, we need to go to Caius Cosades, and I will teleport there now to let him know what we have found out. Can I just say that the Boots of Blinding Speed plus Magic Resistance have made this the shortest trip to Caius Cosades from the Ashlander camp I have ever had to do. They are amazing. If you are playing Morrowind, get the Boots of Blinding Speed. They will save you about half an hour of time. Hey Caius, about those orders? I finally finished them. You've spoken with Sul Matul and Nibani Mesa, and from what they say, it sounds like you could really be the Nerevarine. It doesn't sound like it to me. That's just incredible, but I'll have to get used to the idea. Let me try to get word to Mira Milo. Maybe she can find out whether the dissident priests have any lost prophecies. But in the meantime, I have a very tough assignment for you. Do you think you're ready? Okay. Don't get so overconfident, but it so happens that I agree. You're ready. But just in case, I'm going to give you 400 drakes. Before you head out, make sure you outfit yourself with healing potions, new gear, a little training, whatever you think you need most. And remember, if you get in trouble, back off, rest up, and go back fresh. Don't get cocky. I think this will be a tough one. Here's your mission. Fort Buckmoth sent a patrol to Nar Mok, hunting smugglers with 6th House connections. They found a 6th House base, a 6th House shrine, and a 6th House priest named Dagoth Gares. Speak to champion Reza Pula at Fort Buckmoth. She'll tell you about the patrol and the 6th House base. Your orders: find that 6th House base, kill Dagoth Gares, and bring me a full report on the 6th House base. Wow. That is a lot of stuff. Where is Fort Buckmoth? That may be important for me to figure out. Fort Buckmoth is the Imperial Legion's garrison for Redoran District. The fort lies south of Aldrune, a short walk from Aldrune South Gate. Okay? And about the other stuff? About the base. Champion Reza Pulia at Fort Buckmoth says a patrol found a 6th House base in the cave that the locals call Ilanebi. However, the report trooper who escaped to report has died of corpus disease. Before he died, the trooper reported fighting with monsters and cultists and something about a powerful 6th House priest called Dagoth Gares. But go talk to Reza Pula at Fort Buckmoth. She'll have all the details. He died of corpus disease? We have not heard of this one before. I don't know much about it. I've never seen the case myself. You can get it from contact with the Red Mountain monsters they call corpus beasts. I think it's like a blight disease, only worse. It usually drives victims mad and causes terrible deformed growths on the body. I'll check my informants and find out how to cure it. In the meantime, just follow your orders. I don't know what else to do. Well, that sounds lovely. I'm going to come over here so you don't talk to me, but that's going to be the end of this episode. There was so much dialogue, I am not entirely happy with it. And it might have been boring for you guys. I knew this episode was coming. I knew it would take up so much time with all the exposition involved. I haven't really been looking forward to it, but we've gotten it out of the way. Thank goodness. And now we can get back to the action with an assault on the 6th House base. Yay! That should be fun. So, I'm not really sure what to do next. I guess I'll trade off a whole bunch of equipment and we can head over there to talk to her. But, yeah, I don't know what to do next. For a long time, I've been just going through the cave and not really planning anything besides that. But now we are out of the cave and we are ready to do whatever we want again. So what I'm thinking is that, tomorrow there will not be a Morrowind episode. Because Morrowind has largely been running off of comments from you guys. You have been driving Kevin throughout a whole bunch of this stuff. Except for the cave, that was kind of my idea because of the whole Christmas time. And if I start off this 6th House base assault, I remember it. This is the cave that I thought was going to be the Urshalaku camp. It is very big. Larger than the burial grounds. It might take us a while to get through. There is some good and very terrible stuff to come when we get into that. But if you guys have been wanting Kevin to do anything in particular over the past few weeks, now's a good time to say it. No Morrowind episode tomorrow. This one will be the only Morrowind episode to come out this weekend. Leave your comments below on what you want Kevin to do next. Kevin needs to start planning, start doing, start listening to you guys again. So, let me know what Kevin's doing next, everybody. And I will see you next weekend for whatever it is you decide Kevin wants to do. And feel free to leave more than one comment too, because one comment can take 5 to 10 minutes, and we've got an entire weekend to fill up. So let me know what you guys want, and I will see you next episode. Take care.